first thing I want to say to start off the podcast, my RIP Guled, man, I miss him already.
You're the
A
good
real
brother.
hero, real hero. A free Guled, all that good stuff, man.
Free Guled. Don't do it to my guy. He is alive and well.
No, listen. The Guled's locked up right now with Josh Giddey and Karl Malone. Listen,
Josh Giddey?
Josh Giddey, I have a message for you, nigga. Listen real carefully, all right? We coming for you.
I know any of the facts. We're not speaking on the
Josh Giddey, look at me right now. Josh Giddey, look at me right now. Throw away the facts. I know what you did. We know what you did. She was 15, Josh Giddey. So just know that Sadik police is coming for you.
You can't escape us.
I hope that's louder on when we're in the pot.
Oh, but listen, man, we're coming for you, Josh Giddey. We know what you did. You were Karl Malone.
Yo, come on. Let's move on.
He can't escape us. He can't escape us.
Yeah, but Guled will not be joining us today. He's come down with a flu, so he'll be with us soon.
Hey, I'm sick too, but I'm fighting. Guled, I'm calling you out. I'm fighting, Guled.
Yeah. Guled's the Kawhi of this podcast.
Yeah, low
man. He'll be back in no time.
He likes to think he's the Iron Man. He's not the Iron Man of this team.
No. He's like Black Widow, just a really nice addition.
Sadik's an amateur. He didn't know what I meant by Iron Man. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I know what you mean, Iron Man, because they play many games. Come on.
We got it.
Double entendre.
Double entendre, man. Hey, 10. And someone said that you were going to sing the whole intro this episode.
I mean, I can.
Go ahead.
If you want to take the podcast to the next level, but I don't think we're ready for that yet. So, in the meantime, let's start the intro.
This is 5 on 5 with your hosts, Sadik, Big Fish, and Guled.
And 10.
And 10.
We will be getting that fixed soon.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league?
Mama, there goes that man. Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
All right, well.
Oh, sorry, bro.
What are you using?
Sorry, Josh Giddey was somewhere outside.
All right, that's crazy. Josh Giddey, he could stay over there. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 5 on 5 podcast for this week only. I am your host, 10. Our original host is taking a backseat that he's feeling a little under the weather, but with the 5 on 5 crew, we're here to step up. So my name is 10. And then one of our members, Guled, he can't be with us this week, but he will be back strong. RIP, free him. He'll be back next week. So shout out to him.
Yes, sir.
And let's go ahead and introduce our original host, Sadik McLovin. How you feeling, man?
Yeah. Look here. No, hello, everyone. Hello. Listen, another week, another episode, baby. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
All right, and then we have our other host of the 5 on 5 podcast, Big Fish. What's going on, bro?
No, ain't no clap. Sorry. Boo.
You ever see those things? He thinks he's in the top 10 most respectful moments.
Yeah. Anthony from Man U. Sorry, wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast. Actually, shout out to those 11 on 11 boys, man. I've seen a lot of crossovers for thank you for everyone putting us in your Spotify rap for a podcast.
Yes.
A lot of people hitting us up. Special shout out to my boy Jonathan, strong supporter since the beginning. Really love you, brother. And shout out to 11 on 11 people. Let's keep it going, man.
Perfect.
Listen, I just want to say I have some beef with some guys from 1111. I ain't gonna say who, but if they happen to watch this,
podcast beef.
Listen, run handless shit. All right,
yeah,
I'm gonna see you guys on Spotify lane for real.
Yeah. Hey, y'all could beef with 11 on 11. I'll never have beef with them. Those are my dogs. Shout out 11 on 11.
Man,
I need some good words about Chelsea next episode. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
but moving on. So starting this episode. First of all, we want to apologize to our fans. We did not have an episode last week. We know we had a lot of fans asking for an episode.
Yeah.
We had a Thanksgiving hiatus. But during that time, I know we had a lot of great NBA basketball, a lot of iced tea games. We're going to get into that in the first topic, but just wanted to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, first of all. But next, let's go into our first topic, guys. I think the biggest topic in the NBA right now is the in-season tournament. I know the people on this podcast don't like when I say IST. I think that sticks. I like when people say that. So with the IST guys, how you guys feeling about it so far? And then how do you guys feel about the games coming up tomorrow? The group play is over, and now we actually have the round game. So tomorrow we have the Boston Celtics versus the Indiana Pacers. Then we also have the New Orleans Pelicans versus Sacramento Kings. So how do you guys feel about that, Sadik?
You know, at first I was very confused, but Steph Curry said it best. If you just looked at the tournament, you could see what exactly was going on. And I'm with it now. Now I have a question because I'm not exactly sure. It's one game and go home, right? Or is it a series? It's
No,
one game
it's
go home.
one game go home now.
It's one game go home. I love it
I'm
now.
pretty sure. Yeah.
It's some
Now I
March
love it.
Madness. It's like March Madness stuff now.
Now I love it. And then you said we got Pacers and Celtics, which I think no Guled. Let's just say as it is. Pacers, Halliburton, come outside. Come outside.
I'm not doing that. Not doing that.
I'm doing it. Listen,
I'm not either.
no, I mean I think we're starting. I think the fact there's one game, like Halliburton can win you a game versus anyone. I mean, so
Easily.
I'm gonna go with the Celtics because obviously I'm a Celtics fan, but Halliburton can win you a game. Pelicans and Kings, I'm going with the Kings. I think they're just a better, a more complete team. That's a hill that I die on.
Shout out to Hoodie.
What do you
They just got Trey Murphy back too. I don't know if he'll be ready to play. He played the last game, but yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about the games, Big Fish?
Man, where do I start, man? They cooked. They cooked this end season. I'm calling this the end season, man. I'm not calling it nothing else. All right.
The in season?
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's worse than IST.
That's worse than IST, Loki.
Whatever. You guys don't see the vision.
IST hits.
It is a classic. Listen, everybody was watching it like there was something on the line before the quarterfinals were set. Okay. Celtics versus Bulls. Kings versus Warriors. I think it was Pellies versus somebody, or I might be lying, but OKC versus Wolves as well, I believe. But that was something special. Bro, the Celtics had to beat the Chicago Bulls by like 40 to get into the end season. Think about how much fun that was. Think about the moments we got.
I have a question on that. Do you like that though? Do you like the fact about the point differential?
Hack a Drummond in the third quarter when we're up 20. You know what that tells me? Which Coach Donovan had an issue with, and you know what that tells me? When the players have anything, this doesn't matter about Tatum. This doesn't matter about Brown. This doesn't matter about Ant, Payton Pritchard, Luke Cornett. These dudes that have to pay their mortgages, man. This is special to them. This is special. This is special hoops, man. I love it. I love everything. I love the point differential. I love the groups. I want them to change it to divisions instead of the weird made-up groups. So
that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought it was at first. I thought it was division. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Now divisions matter again. Like I can't tell you who everyone in the Celtics division. Like I used to be able to back in the day.
The Nets.
Okay. Show off. Stop.
Celtics. I think Knicks, or I think it's somebody else.
Pacers, isn't it?
No, I don't know. But
I'm not gonna lie. The NBA divisions are hard to remember.
They don't matter anymore, which I like because it used to be if you were number one division, you're guaranteed a playoff spot. Which thank God because now it's better like this. But just make it matter again somehow.
Yeah. Before I get to my predictions, I love it, man. I love the end season. It's giving me great vibes, man.
On one of the points you said, I have to ask you. A lot of people had an issue with the, for example, like the point differential because I know
chumps. They're chumps.
Wait, so you not have a problem?
You're a chump.
No,
Drew Holiday for saying that, you're a chump. Jaylen Brown for saying that, you're a chump. Run it up. Play till the clock says 0.
No, but hack a Drummond.
I don't care if you do hack a Donovan, Billy Donovan. I don't care if you have to hack the coach.
I like seeing that they care about it, but I feel like the NBA might tweak down the edge back. Next year.
Listen, this is the perfect equalizer. This makes people a little more nasty. Okay? Yeah. It makes people a little bit more nasty. Now it might be awkward for a year or 2 or 2-3 years, but people are going to start doing this more often. I'm telling you, it's going to get more normalized. Wanting to win by more points and stuff, playing a little harder. Stuff like that. It's going to become normal, man.
Listen, I'm glad you brought this up because I just want to say something. And this is I love when basketball players keep playing. Like, if you're getting ass kicked by, and I'll use. If you guys remember last episode, I told you guys I'm coaching the freshman girls basketball team. I told you we lost our first scrimmage. Shout out to them. I don't think that I've told the fans yet, but my team won our first game, by the way. So a 29-22. And shout out to my players. Smart basketball. But our scrimmage, exactly. Our scrimmage before that game, we won. The score was a 70-8. All right, 7-0-8, and yes, the other girls cried. I felt bad, and like it wasn't because like we tried to run the offense. It was just too legitimately too easy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think we should play. Just play. Like in soccer happens all the time.
Yeah.
You watch high school soccer, and people lose 7-0,
Yeah.
8-0, 9-0. They keep playing. You don't stop because you're better.
Yeah.
Right? Like it sucks. So and also these are grown men. Like that's one thing I keep forgetting. Especially with NBA.
Yeah, but
these are grown men. You can't pay. No. Hold on. I'm gonna air some shit off my chest real quick. These are grown men.
Okay.
If you lose by 40, don't tell me, oh come on, man, have respect for the game. Bro, I got bills to pay. All right, my point average goes up. I get a bigger contract. You know what I mean? All this stuff matters in the end.
Yeah, and also, Sadik, we talked about this before the IST started. We said, okay,
it's never gonna stick, buddy. It's never gonna stick.
IST.
STD.
STD.
It's never gonna stick. Go ahead.
It's crazy, but the IST, we talked about it before it started. We're like, it's only gonna matter if the players care about it, right? And we're like, okay, we don't know how many players are gonna care about that extra $500,000. I think it's obvious that these players care about it, and it's an extra competition, and it's here to stay because it's at the perfect point in the season where usually in like, for example, November, December time, these usually where like the teams get time to gel and they go like, okay, this is where you get the chemistry. This actually gives them something to play for. They really don't have to worry about playoff repercussions or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And also, I just noticed this today. Do you know like how before the playoffs they have like a little break where they don't have games scheduled? There's no NBA games today to get ready for the games tomorrow. So the league, they're already like they're taking it serious, right? So, but I think it's here to stay. I don't think all the rules right now are going to stay as is. I think some things are going to get added on. Some things are going to get taken out. They're going to kind of see what helps. They're probably going to make the scheduling a little better. Probably division matchups a little better. But I think Adam Silver definitely hit with this one, and I think it's only going to stay a little longer. Big fish in the bag. You have a question?
Know what I hope happens is an addition.
What do you hope happens?
I hope for now on for the end season, I hope they have special refs. Like I'm talking about refs that don't coach, that don't ref the rest of the NBA during the regular season. I'm talking about ones that have like gold reffing shirts or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
refs that don't ref the NBA?
I don't want NBA refs. I don't want these refs. I want it to be
EuroLeague.
No, I want it to be obviously ref basketball, right? I want special ones. Like make it really feel like, oh, we ain't gonna get the same regular like feel. Like
no, I think it should be regular refs, but like for example, the best NBA has people talk about the NBA refs like badly a lot, but NBA has some good refs. But do you know like how usually
Name one.
First of all, listen, I hate a lot of the refs, but
there's a referee thing we gotta talk about that happened.
We'll save it for them.
We have a topic on that.
We'll save it for them.
No, I mean a player and a ref and their son.
Okay. We're gonna do that. But do you know like how? Do you know when they say when the playoffs goes on, the refs are in the playoffs too? So like for example, in the finals, only the best refs that like I guess they have like an internal ref rating. I think they should have that for the NCAA tournament too. Like for example, as the group stages go on, the more prestigious refs get to happen. But I don't think we should like pull someone that's not in the NBA. I feel like that can open the door for.
Not even that. They're just asking for refs. You're asking for refs to get too much attention, you know. And I feel like some of them will be like, they're like the attention.
They want to act like this is their show. Make it their show.
Let's talk about their show because I know, like Ted, I know you're the host, but now, like, listen, all right. How would you feel if the ref was going at your son, Big Fish? You know, how you gonna hate Chris Paul when now we find out? No, I'm kidding. Can anyone please, for the love of God, explain to me what the hell is going on with Scott Foster and Chris Paul?
Okay, Okay, 10. I'm gonna let you go,
Okay.
but don't ever think I'll be civilized and well mannered when it comes to Chris Paul. I probably would have done worse than Scott Foster if I saw
Okay.
CP's
Okay.
kid. You better keep me away from CP's kid.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This
Wait,
probably
and keep you away from who?
You better keep me away from CP's kid. I might spike that kid with I might spike his head like a football.
It's better.
We got him. We got him.
It's better you say that than me.
I didn't mean it like that. But CP gets tongue gonna answer.
But let's be real. Let's be real. This is a bad topic, Sadik, for you to ask me and Big Fish because you're talking to the top 2 CP3 haters in the world. I think this is a topic for Guled to answer, but you asked me, so I'm gonna say it.
Let's talk about it.
Team Scott Foster, man. You know what I mean?
Team Scott Foster.
Get that boy out of here. And
get him out of
for example, because I know, like the big argument that people like to take, like, okay, let's side with the players. The refs always want to make it about them, and usually, I'm with that.
Yeah, me too.
But CP3, I think it's time to really look at him, man. Like, it's of course
he's a criminal.
Because before we say before we say this, because I'm gonna leave this to you too. Before we say this, we have to start saying all the good things about CP3 before the listeners really start attacking us, right?
CP3, that ain't it.
Listen. I'll say that. And then you can say, CP3, he's a great family man.
Oh my God, he said the camera. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He cares about his family. All right. He really cares about the community. He cares about the youth. And he's through most of his career, he's been a good basketball player. But it's time to be very honest. He has a lot of antics on the court, and it's time he's kept accountable. And Scott Foster is not having none of that shit. He's not having none of that shit. And then whatever, you'll never find me defend Chris Paul for anything. So anything that they call against him, I'm with it, and Big Fish is with it too. What do you think, Big Fish?
Absolutely.
Okay, as the only sensible person in this podcast, let me just say this.
Sensible. That was very sensible. What I said.
No, because you blatantly said you said if it's against Chris Paul, if Chris Paul has one hater, it's me. What you just said.
If Chris Paul has 0 haters, me and 10 are dead.
That's fine.
All right, so let me tell you sensible. One, I'm gonna say this. Look, I agree with you. Chris Paul has antics. He does sit on the court.
Not antics. He's a criminal. He does have antics.
Let me land.
I'll never forget him for what he did to Rondo. What he did to Rondo and made him look like the villain.
And that's why Rondo.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. However, when it comes to a ref and a player, if you can't win with the ref one time, it's not the ref's fault. Tough luck. 2 times, a weird coincidence. 3 times, okay, it's bad luck. 14 times in the playoffs, if you have the same ref, and you can't win a game with that ref, brother, I'm gonna tell you something. Look at me. No, Big Man, you look me in the eyes when I say this. You look me in the eyes when I say this. If it's 14 times, it's not a coincidence. It's an agenda. It's an agenda.
It's an agenda. You want me to make an agenda for a habitual loser,
loser and liar,
fumbler.
Yes.
Okay. Listen,
it's 14 times.
CP,
14.
You're saying 14 times.
Coincidence?
Coincidence.
Out there having the chance to win the games as well.
And listen, I'm with you, but 14 of those games, he didn't win. In the playoffs, he didn't win. I'm just saying.
I'm tired of talking about this criminal because you're saying antics. Antics sounds cute. That sounds like someone who does it for a ha-ha. Repeated behavior by a evil-spirited person is dangerous behavior. Now let's talk about an angel that is targeted by refs. These refs need to leave my man Jason Tatum alone, man. These guys are targeting him. They ejected him last game versus the Sixers. Did not like that at all.
And did you see why they ejected him?
They ejected him because the ref looked at our Celtics bench and said, "Come get him."
Yeah.
And JT said, "I'm a grown ass man. Don't ever tell no one to come get me." And it wasn't even the ref that he said it to throw him out. It was I remember his number 70. I'm gonna find him. Number 70. Yep.
Who is he?
Call him out like that. He was like,
I saw that.
He was like that. And then did you see the not gonna say eggplant rider, the other ref? He did it right behind him like that. Like there was some Power Rangers.
I'm with you, brother.
Do it with me. Come do it with me. It was like that. Do it with me. It was like that. It was like that. It was terrible.
Chris Paul, if you guys are referring Chris Paul first in the game, it's gonna be you and Ted doing that.
He's out of there. He's out of there.
I don't mean to take up the space, but we have a referee issue.
Go ahead.
I do think we have a player behavior issue because I personally think players talk to refs a little crazy, just a little crazy, right? But we have a reffing issue because now it's gotten to the point where they're messing up with the product. Okay, that's not the product. I don't care what you call me.
Elaborate.
No
What
one
like
beat no maxi, and then
what
you
do you
throw
think
out
they're
the next
doing?
best player. 10, you can't do that. 10, you can't do that.
Wait,
No one
what do you
beat.
think they're doing?
Come on. You said what should be done?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta think about it. But I will say I don't know. It gotta come from the next players meeting, association meeting.
That's interesting. That's interesting. No, I only asked, Big Fish. I only asked. Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was
I
gonna
only,
say, are you going or am I going, man?
I only asked
Rock, paper,
that
scissors.
because
Let's go. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. Right now. Rock, paper, scissors.
this is
Right
just
now.
a bad podcast.
Right now. Right now. Rock, paper, scissors. And one round.
That's the one.
Okay. Rock,
Rock,
paper.
scissors.
Wait. Well, time out. So this is okay.
For
Big Fish, you
our
say
audio, for our audio listening
All right.
podcast, we're doing a rock paper scissors.
Actually,
Go first.
there's
This is
a
great. This is
delay,
great
but let's
content,
hurry
by the
up.
way.
Ready?
All right.
Rock, paper, scissor, shoot.
We gotta go again. Scissors. We gotta go again.
Rock, paper, scissor, shoot.
All right, I'm going.
That's crazy thing I just saw. Keep going though. It was actually
You are.
insane.
Andy, first I want to say,
Family podcast, guys.
Go get Jalen Brown's brand.
this episode. All right, but look. First thing I want to say, the obvious answer is this: refs for now on have to hold a press conference after the game. Defend your calls. Defend them.
You know what? Time out. 10. Come at him. You have to check him. He just said, "Don't make it about refs. Don't make the game about the refs." He
Wait,
just
I don't know.
Did you say that?
he said something like that. Play the audio back.
I think we're all on the same side here, guys. Yo, this guy this song is out of control. No, 'cause the thing is, the thing is, I'm with Big Fish. I know I asked you that question like I was gonna go against you. I'm with you because, like, I know we were asking if the refs are becoming a problem in the league. I think everyone at some point realized whether it was a bias situation or not, where they're like, okay, so is the ref really reffing for the integrity of the game, or are they reffing because they want to put their imprint on the game, or they want to feel like they made an impact on the game at some point? And I think we can agree on it's not 100% of the time. I know a lot of it comes to bias, but especially lately, refs, we've been hearing about these refs and whether a call should have been a tech or should have been an ejection. And I think in terms of integrity of the game, we shouldn't really ever have to say, oh, Scott Foster is reffing this game, or this guy's reffing this game, watch out. Because if we're really talking about integrity of the game, we shouldn't have to worry about the names of the refs. But the thing is, the refs are making personalities in the leagues, and when they're reffing a game, they kind of want people to know, I'm reffing the game, the ref's call is going to go this way. And if we're talking about if it's going to be a problem in terms of the outcome of the games, I think it's a problem. So.
Okay. Question though. Sadik, do you want to say something before I ask
No,
this?
sir. No. Go ahead. Shoot.
This is more of a question. In your eyes, right? And I know we can't judge every ref, generalize every ref, right? Because they all ref a little different. And we don't really know what the criteria is for a ref to, ref a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think refs should prioritize more keeping a game's tempo, like being a caretaker to the flow of a game, right?
Yeah.
Or really lock in and call every foul more precisely? And the obvious answer is, why not both, right? But if you had to, what would your ideal for the NBA ref be?
It would be, to be honest, I know if we're talking about integrity of the game, they'd go the second one where it goes like call every foul with every foul. But if we're talking about watching an entertaining game, I know it's gonna suck to hear when it's your team and the calls aren't going against you. At the end of the day, we want to see an entertaining game. We want to see the flow of the game not get interrupted. And sometimes a call might get missed for the flow of the game. So that's my answer to the first one.
I agree for the most part. I think and again, I say Premier League or soccer or whatever. Like that has its own flaws. That has its own flaws. But like with their mindset, it was like, oh, the flow of the game. This team pushed them more. However, I think the idea of it is nice. I think once you do it for basketball, you see like it's never like if you follow his natural train of thought, it goes into okay. Now we got to play not only for the this one game, but let's see, like the league. Like you see it happening in soccer now as well, where like hey, calls are being made. You're like, yo, is that a call for this game or a call for the league and the season and more dramatics? Like now you're worried about entertainment over the game. So it's really
I'm sure refs
back and forth
are given like after games, like they're obviously given performance, like how they did, right, by a judge. But I just maybe it would be better for that to be released instead of a press conference. So
maybe
like
that'd be good. Like after
Yeah, that
the point.
Yeah, all done
I
with
would.
that. Though.
All right, cool. So, to keep on with the flow of that topic, we can move on to the next topic, guys. And speaking of ejections and refs getting into games, we actually recently did have. Actually, we're recording on Sunday. On Saturday, we actually did have a situation with LeBron and Ime, where actually Ime Udoka got ejected from the game for some choice words he had with LeBron James. He quoted calling him, quote, soft ass boy, and you're not gonna do anything when you come over here, and you guys are acting like some quote B words, which LeBron did not like. And we wanted to make this a topic because let's be real, I'm a well-known Ime fan. Shout out Ime Udoka, former Celtics coach, but we don't hear that kind of talk coming from coaches, especially to players like LeBron. So I want to pass it to the rest of our 5-on-5 crew. We'll start off with you, Sadik. What did you think about the incident with Ime and Bron yesterday?
Okay. Well, first off, I loved it. I loved it. Give me more. People, listen, LeBron James is the GOAT. Okay, top one, top two, whatever. Okay? I love it. Bring back competition. Ime setting. Listen, that was, but some coaches would go get ejected. Like Greg Popovich back in the day will get ejected on purpose to get his team fired up.
Yeah.
That's Ime getting his culture fired up. That's the. We don't care if you were LeBron James, all right. Or we don't care if you are Kyle Lowry's little sister. You come into this arena, you're getting strapped up. All right.
Facts.
And you know what I love? Ime called it out. Listen, we all know. Okay, I'm gonna sound like a LeBron haters. Should I do this today?
Do it. Come on, do it. We're all with you.
LeBron whines. He does. Every LeBron whines. And the older he's gotten, the more he has whined. But like it's granted. He's allowed to do this shit now.
In LeBron defense, a lot of other people whine too. It's a thing.
But the camera's on him the most. Right?
Fact. Yeah.
And now you're Laker, which means the camera's really on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way I look at it, I'm like, he wasn't. In that game, I was watching. He was bitching. I'm calling. He was over there. I'm like, yo, LeBron, just move on. But he was whining. And even called him out. Why not? Why? Two grown men can't have beef. We fight on basketball courts every day. And go to any neighborhood, sit there for 12 hours on a day where it's busy on the court. I guarantee you there's going to be two fights. And not argument, not like fist fight, but like they're arguing, debating. All right? Every time us three have hooped, there's an argument. Every single time. It happens. It's basketball. It's in the culture. Right? Now, ejecting Ime, well, I don't like. Listen, these refs can have it two ways. You can't eject Ime. You can't eject the players for like, both you guys were involved in this altercation, so both you have to go. And it comes to Ime and LeBron, like Ime, sorry, he's LeBron.
Ime already had a tech though.
Oh, did he already have a tech?
I'm pretty sure he already had a tech.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know that was the second tech.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I didn't know that either. But yeah.
All right, so never mind that. I take back what I'm about to say. But all I'm saying is I loved it. Ime came out and said, look, this is who we are. We are the Houston Rockets. You know what? Ime, you're getting the bad boy stamp. Ride with it.
Hurry up and pass this.
Hurry up
and
pass it. I love it. LeBron. Stop bitching.
Listen.
Shout out Ime.
Y'all may endorse this behavior by this guy, all right? But I had the real audio.
What does it say?
He said Savannah's next. That is out of line. Ime is terrible. Nah. Ime didn't say
He said hit out the park.
As someone who was actually watching the game, not trying to diss y'all. I'm just saying, some may just see that moment and say, "Hey, Oh, that was Ime. You know, what I saw was LeBron was steamrolling his team. Ime's headhunter, Dylan Brooks, was getting moved by Braun and others, right? So now I'm looking at it as Ime, very telling, in the press conference, he said, a team, we got punked by a team that's not known for physicality and punking other teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
For being tough. That's the same stuff that Ime was trying to do here at 10, right? In Boston.
Yeah.
Because the very first thing he said, Tatum's great, but we're gonna cut that big bro shit out. He ain't big bro, you know, KD and B, you're not his big bro, none of that, right? All that.
Yeah.
So what I see is a coach trying to make a statement. Okay, he's trying to show that, hey, you know, you could respect Braun and this and that, but you got to go at him at any cost, right? And I do respect that to an extent, but he's a little tapped for doing that. You know what I mean? That was a little tapped the way he
He's
did
leading
that.
by example, bro. Like
I
for
just
example,
thought this.
no, because the thing is, what you said it, Abdi. What Ime did when he joined the Rockets, when his main mission, and I think we all knew what his main mission was to be when he joined the Rockets, is change the culture of the team. It's a young team. Last year was a young team. The number one did not play any defense. They had no real structure to the team. It kind of felt like an NBA AAU team. And then when he came, it was like, I have to change these guys' mindsets. The
Mhm,
first thing he did when he joined the team was, okay, one thing we're gonna do, we're gonna play defense. All
mhm,
right. And then he established them as a top 5 defense. They kind of slipped a little bit, but they're still
mhm.
top 10 right now. And
Yeah.
then number 2, he was like, this is a young team. If we're gonna be making a playoff run, we're gonna be playing against some superstars, and no matter what, the biggest superstar in terms of career wise is LeBron right now. So he was like, if we can't look at LeBron and look at him like he's above us or anything like that, or look prestigious to us, we have to go at him. And he was like, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be me. And the thing is, I think it rubbed everyone the wrong way because you usually don't see coaches do that. You usually see the enforcer of a team does that, or if on that team, you would think
Yeah.
someone like Dylan Brooks to do that, but Dylan Brooks does it with like in other ways.
He was too busy getting cooked. He didn't
Yeah,
have
he was.
time to
No, I'm
make
not gonna lie.
arguments.
You gotta make stops if trash talk's gonna work.
Yeah. What he
But
doing?
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Ted. Sorry, Ted. You done?
yeah, I'm going. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. What he's doing is when you want to, he's doing a big change in Houston. It, like from what it was from last year to this year, a big change, right? In a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Only way you do that is when you, all right. Only do it is when you double down on on the strictness and the rules and like behavior. You can't do it. Okay, I'm gonna ease into it. That's something you do. Like that's something you could do when you have a good program ready. You're just okay. I'll make it better over time. All
Yeah.
right. But if you come into a organization, you know, if you walk into the house and there's poop on the walls, all right, and niggas just smoke crack in the corner, you got to kick out the cracks, right? Right? You have to go and burn the house down and build it back up, and that's what he's doing on speed. He's speed building a brand new house in Houston, all right, with no crackheads, no Kevin Porter Jr. All right,
Mhm.
all right,
No, that's
and
crazy.
defense.
He really got ejected and like couldn't even go home to kneel long or anything. Went to an empty house. My bad.
That's what I'm
Move
saying. Hey, Eddie's depressed.
on.
He's
Move on.
good.
Move on. Move on.
All right. So, okay, I guess that wraps up that topic. Let's go now. Let's go on. Move on to the next topic, guys. I think this is a topic I've been waiting on to talk about for a while, guys, and I think the team's been waiting to talk about it for a while. And it's something that's sad to talk about in the league because they've been such a dynasty. You either loved them or you hated them over the last decade or so. But nowadays, the Warriors aren't hitting the same as they used to. They had a championship run, then they had a short rebuild. They got a number one overall pick, traded it for some pieces, got back in the title run, won the championship, and now it looks like their core pieces, some of them, dare I say, could look cooked.
Mhm.
So I want to pass it over to the team. We'll start with you, Big Fish. What do you think about the Warriors' struggles right now? And do you think they could come back from it? Or if not, what moves do you think they should make?
Wow, that was so layered and well put together, 10. Thank you so much.
Got you. No problem. I got you.
As a victim of the Golden State Warriors, wouldn't even say Golden State Warriors, as a victim of their number one weapon, Stephen Curry, I think I have the right to speak on peak form, and they were breaking apart then. You know what I mean? It was really the great gameplay of Steph Curry and the few good moments of Draymond, and then a couple of the bench pieces that really won them that finals. You know, crazy as it sounds, it's Otto Porter and stuff. So where am I going with this? It's just there's production being needed right now, and it's just tough to get it consistently night by night basis, right? And Clay's trying his best. He has been playing much better, and you know, a lot of these things. Andrew Wiggins has gone back to Andrew Wiggins. You know what I mean?
Wait, what is that? What is Andrew Wiggins? What is him?
I don't really want to get into it, but I told everyone that finals run was absolutely Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I think it was Mickey Mouse.
Miska
Okay.
Tools and shit. You know what I
So
mean?
do you think right now the Andrew Wiggins right now is closer to who he is as a player?
Yes.
That's harsh.
No, I don't think he's all that, man. But he
I'll
is.
tell you the real issue, right?
Hey,
One,
I'm gonna let you go, but don't feel like I got punked or anything. All right?
No, dude. You did great, Big Fish.
look,
Go ahead.
one, Steph Curry's doing Steph Curry things.
Steph Curry's
What he
still,
posts.
Steph Curry's still top
All
5.
right. Now, years ago, the Warriors GM said that he want to have like a Spurs type run, right? Like you want to have 20 years just constant success. I'll tell you why it's not going to work. All right, Klay Thompson, as talented as he is, all right, he's shooting the same shots he was when he was elite.
Mhm.
All right, but so the shot selection is still there as if he's elite, right?
Mhm.
Back then, he could shoot shots with hands in the face and no one cared. Now he's shooting them at a 35% clip, whatever. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Not good enough. And on defense, he's no longer be able to guard when he was in the prime, guarding the faster guards, guarding the best guard on another team. Now he can't do that. Now he's more of a wing defender. He has to be. And any fast wing has cooked him all year long.
Mhm.
Draymond, and we all know I actually like Draymond. However, Draymond has went from
He's on rat.
fiery.
He's on rat.
Yeah, he went from the fiery the firecracker team that gets the team going to a raging inferno. He's just on. Like now he's doing too much. All right, and I personally think I was watching the one against recently. I forget which game.
Are you not going to speak on Wiggins?
I'll get there. I think personally that Moses Moody at times has been playing better than him.
Moses Moody, I've said he was the best product they had over Kuminga. I don't know why they kept playing Kuminga over.
He's been though, and Steve Kerr has reports that he agreed, but the front court is loaded with like all-star minutes. You have Wiggins, you have Draymond. You can't just like there's too many Clay. There's too many wings for them not to be most Moody to get a fair burn. Kuminga, their bench is cooked. Gary Payton, as elite as he is on defense, gets hurt every 2 games. Chris Paul, as a
terrible trade. I said it.
Chris Paul is a sneeze away from being hurt every week. I do think when he's on the court, he's helped him at times. With Curry, though, Curry has to be there. When it's just Chris Paul, all right, it's whatever. But Andrew Wiggins is not. And there's reports that came out that Andrew Wiggins, everything that happened to him last year. I know he had like that where he missed like a lot of the season.
Yeah.
All right. And people and like there's reports came out that some people in the Warriors facility. He came in out of shape because he missed all that basketball time, and obviously he was handling. He came in out of shape, and then he sorry, and then he got and then he missed the preseason to go fix it or whatever to go handle it, and he got stuck with it, and he got stuck out of shape, and they feel like he's not putting in the extra time now, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you the issue. It's a mess. All right.
That's not the issue.
Do you think one person gets the issue though? Because I think
the issue is everyone outside of Curry. Every single person outside of Curry is the issue.
No, you said it. Because
the issue is theoretical. The issue is theoretical, guys.
Yeah, because right now they're in a space right now where they're relying on Curry, and if Curry can't save us, they're cooked. Right? Yeah. And the thing is, if we're thinking about a question of are the Warriors a championship level team or could they make a championship run?
Absolutely not.
Team is playing 100% not. They're not even going to make playoffs with this team right now because number one, because I know you guys saw. I don't know if you guys saw a stat. There's a stat that went out after the first 10 games of the Warriors season. It was there was no one on the Warriors roster that had over 20 points in a game except for Steph Curry, and there's only one player that got an exception, and that was Dario Saric. If Dario Saric is going to be the only player that scores over 20 points a game, your team is cooked. All right. And Klay Thompson, I think the Warriors are falling victim to kind of like celebrating the legacy of all their players and what they did for them in the past. Number one, Klay Thompson, they gave him way too much leeway. He helped them so much in the past, and they don't want to let him down. They want to give him the longest leash possible before they pull him. And you already saw in his interview how he felt about the notion, even the idea of him coming off the bench. He thinks it's an insult for them to take him off the bench. So we already know he's not gonna accept that, which you guys point out already, Moses Moody has been having better production than Klay Thompson in his short moments. And then also Kuminga, this is supposed to be the year that he was supposed to make a jump, right? But this is his third year in the league, right? But
I think fourth. Right? Isn't it?
I think it's his third. It's his third year. Actually, it might be his fourth. To be honest with you,
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'll check.
But this is supposed to be the year where their young players develop, and they're supposed to complement the older players as they start to fall off a little bit. But right now, the Warriors are in a situation where their players, like for example, like Draymond and Klay Thompson, are getting long in the tooth, and they're not producing at the clip they're supposed to be producing at. And the young players aren't there to pick up. Third year, yeah. And the younger players like Kuminga aren't there to pick up the slack. So where we find ourselves in the situation is Curry is here to save the day no matter what. And if he's hurt and they have a new injury-prone backup point guard, Chris Paul.
Yeah, two injury-prone backups, Chris Paul and Gary Payton and Corey Joseph. They just everyone gets hurt for them.
So it's a mess. And that led me to my next point. There's a viral report that went out. You guys know who Bill Simmons is. He actually put out a suggestion for what the Warriors should do, and I really like it, and Sadik, you're gonna like it. He suggested that the Warriors should trade Andrew Wiggins and Jonathan Kuminga for Pascal Siakam.
Listen, is Pascal Siakam going to go and get into the finals? I don't know. Right?
Playoffs.
I think
the West is too good for the Warriors to be.
But Curry and Siakam are the top two players who can get you into the playoffs for sure. Yeah. Listen. For all the Final Five people, I am a Siakam believer. I think Siakam is not only great. I think he's elite. Oh, here comes Abdi. Look! I told you guys he's gonna say something.
Just keep it going.
Go ahead, land.
All right, no, Siakam is elite. I think that would be a great fit. I think he can play that small forward position next to Draymond. I still think that they're gonna need shooting because Siakam, he's not a great shooter. He's not a bad shooter. He's not a great shooter, and Klay Thompson's still in the answer. By the way, to Russell Westbrook, I'm sorry. The fact that you're even willing to come off the bench, I gave was too mean on you. Klay deserves the same treatment. Klay, you are fucking selfish.
Whoa.
I hate when players do this. Okay, I get it, legacy, all that. Right, I get it. But Klay's been damn near 3 years. But since you've been Klay, it's time for you to I get it. It happens. Players have cold stretches. Okay. But if Klay was just willing to take less minutes, and if he comes back, he comes back. But it's been 3 years, Klay, since you've been Klay Thompson. Game 6.
I don't think coming off the bench is important because really you can still start, come out early, and then come back in with the bench squad.
But then it's just so what's the starting then? For show? Just for the honor? The honor, look, I'm a starter? At that point, come off the bench. Let the guy...
People saw that it means something.
But that's my thing.
Why is that issue for you?
What means more? What means more? Helping your team win or you being a starter?
Bro, he's something that Sadik, if you're a player that helped your team win, let's just take away the Celtics won 3 championships, right?
Yeah.
Right? You helped them win that. And the one you lost, Danny Green assassinated your ACL, MCL, all that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You get back, you get healthy, you play a decent role in your 4th championship, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now the team's struggling for 1 year. This is the first year they're struggling. They just came off of winning a ring 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now you're struggling, right? So look, you're not gonna, as a player like Klay, he's not gonna give up on himself. He's not gonna. You're gonna say it's delusion. You're gonna say
Go ahead.
He's not gonna give up on himself like that, right? he's gonna keep playing. It's all mental. He's gonna keep playing into it, man.
I know, but to that point, of course, Klay Thompson is never going to be the guy. Actually, Russell Westbrook changed our mind on that. Russell Westbrook said, I'll go off the bench. But Klay Thompson, we've seen in an interview, he said he's not going to be the guy. He doesn't think he should come off the bench. But that's what Steve Kerr's here for, guys. That's what Steve Kerr is supposed to say. Okay, Klay Thompson, we respect you. Thank you for the championships. Thank you for production. We know you had a really bad Achilles injury, and then we gave you some time to come back. But this person is producing at a higher clip than you, so we want you to come off the bench and get your minutes in. And if Klay Thompson really wanted to win another championship, and if he really is about the team, and he really care about the team like that, he'll say, okay, I'm not playing well. Let me come off the bench, produce, and if I play well enough, I can get put back in the starting lineup. But the thing is, the fact that he's laughing it off and he thinks it's disrespect for him to come to the bench when he's obviously one of the worst shooting guards not in the league.
Come
but
on.
Starter wise, yeah.
Come on.
Starting shooting guards in the league, Klay Thompson is towards the bottom. And the fact, and
I would take a lot of shooting guards right now Klay
Yeah,
Thompson.
that's what I'm saying.
A good change, but right now Klay Thompson, I'll take a lot.
Thank you for reminding me. I have a little game for us to play at the end.
Okay, yeah, we'll play at the end. But the thing is, Klay Thompson, of course, he's not going to bench him. But if the Warriors are not going to make a change, Steve Kerr has to make a lineup change, or the team's really going to drop down. And that's what I think.
I guess we can move on that. We all said our piece.
I remember this actually. I remember this game.
I know we can move on, but we can, before we move on to the game, we actually have a couple more topics. The next topic we could go into is lately in the league, we've been noticing a little bit of a trend, guys. And it's a fun trend because we have a lot of NBA teams that are keeping their old cores and a lot of teams that have been building their squad through the draft. And this is the season, like, for example, in OKC, a team like that, where the young players are really starting to play well. And we're starting to see a trend of a lot of these young teams beating the old teams that aren't disbanding. So, Big Fish, what do you think about the young teams like the OKC really making their stamp against some of the old teams that haven't really blew up their team yet?
I love this shit, man. Yeah. Let me tell you something. OKC's playing some real good ball, man. Chet playing out of his mind. He might really run away with this rookie of the year, man. I think Wolves, another young team that figured it out. I really love it. They're now Ant's out and they're still winning. We have to apologize to Cat because his stats have been so impressive.
And Rudy Gobert.
And Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert might win his 4th Defensive Player of the Year.
Isn't that so crazy?
I'm backing it.
You're back.
Just for fun.
You're backing the Rudy Gobert.
10. Check back in next week. I'll see how it feels.
I got you.
But honestly, this is good, man. This is what we want, man. We want these teams to snatch the chains off the older teams. You know what I mean? Like, we want that. You know what I mean? The Kings almost did it to the Warriors last season in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Who do OKC play? I think Suns, maybe? Or did they not make playoffs?
OKC? No, they won the play-in?
I think they did play-in.
And then they played, and then that means they played the Denver Nuggets, right?
Yeah. But, Wolves played Denver. Ant had a crazy game, stole a game. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are moments that need to happen for these young teams. Like, and I'm happy that they're performing well, man. They're happy they're performing well. The league's in good hands. And another young team, man. Boston is just so young. Okay. It's not my territory. They're so young, though.
All right, look, I just want to say,
Go ahead, Sadik.
Real simple. Out with the old and with the new. New era's coming faster than we think. Okay, the older players, the LeBron, like the core that are stuck together.
If you're throwing stuff away, I'll take them.
No. Hey. Some old players, they age like what? Some age like what? ADs, which is crazy calling AD old. I don't think that old, but he plays like he's old. Like just the Dame. I hate to throw his name in there. The Dames, like just the older players, just like these older teams. I'm like, these younger teams are coming. The Halliburton's, the Blakey, someone help me.
Houston Rockets.
That's something.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, like now that was all that.
Yeah,
They're a young team. They're a young team still.
not
They got a
bad.
lot.
I feel like B.I. getting the you know, and I'm not saying this because
You
hey,
know,
Penny, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
no,
I don't think B.I. is a young player anymore. I don't think he's a young player.
no.
He's not. Zion's a young player. B.I.'s not.
First of all, Bi, he's 26 years old.
Look, we're the same age. I can't call you young. We're the same age. I can't call you young. We're the same age. I can't.
Wait, what we're not gonna do is call 26 old. No, we're not gonna
10.
do.
We're old. Look at me.
We're
10.
not. We're not.
We're
We're
old.
not.
10.
We're not. First of
We're
all, the
old.
listeners don't know how old I am. They don't know how old I am.
Yo,
They don't know. They don't know. We're old, Bucko.
But yeah. But
You know who's not old though? Wait,
Who's
talking
not?
about me. You know who's not old though?
who?
That girl Josh Giddey was talking to. That's
One day we'll get into that topic. We'll start talking about Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey went on to. I know the NBA doesn't want to talk about Josh Giddey. One day we'll talk about it, but let's move on, guys.
Yo, man, that's the funniest shit I ever done it to. Yo, I know Glenn hates this. I was saying 10. That's the clip.
Actually, that's the clip. Actually, now that Gulled's not here, we could really talk about all the stuff. We could talk about Josh Giddey right now. Dwight
Let's
Howard.
go.
Talk about Dwight Howard.
10. Do I have a recorder?
Hey,
Let's not
we
talk
can really
about it.
we
Let's
can,
not
we
Hey.
can get into it.
Hey, if the 500K or dinner with Dwight Howard.
500K. Wait, are we thinking about it?
easily.
Huh? Are we thinking about it? I ain't thinking about nothing.
What
What we eating? What we eating, big fella?
Yeah.
Yo,
I said caviar.
that's actually
so crazy. That's so crazy.
that's
Oh,
actually
before we in case I don't want to end here, Luka had a 36, 15, and 18 game
Casual.
and lost.
Casual.
30. Was that the game where they had 30-0 run?
They had a 30-0 run and then lost. I don't care about the rest of them dudes. Luka's a winner. I don't care.
No, I'm with you. I saw that. Look, I'm saying this real quick. As a coach, I saw if my team had 30-0 run, and I'm thinking like, there's no way we lose this game. That's on.
Yeah.
I don't care what happened on the court. That's on the coach. Your team had a 30-0 run and you lost the game.
Kid. That's on Kid. But onto something that we can all agree on. Mavs fans, we try to tell you. Grant Williams is not who you think he is. We try to tell you, and we try to tell you. He's not a player that's going to come in and change your defense. He needs to be around other ones, right? He needs to be around other good defenders. And he's a little streaky from three sometimes. Sometimes he wants to get in his ISO bag and do a post-up and stuff like that. Other than that, he's a good guy. He's a great guy.
Smart guy.
I think we know about Grant Williams, though. Grant Williams is never going to be like a high, like for example, someone that has a big role on the team. He's a 3-point shooter, defender. That's about it.
Barely a defender. Barely.
Oh,
He has his moments.
You know, my thing is, if you're a situational defender, I'm not calling you a defender. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't call JB a defender. You know, because he's a situational defender. You put there's a big guard.
When he wants to.
Yeah, like if there's a big guard or he needs to lock in, then he locks in. I don't respect those people. You know what I mean? Personally, I don't respect those people's defense, even though I know they can play defense, obviously. But other than that, listen, enough of this talk, man. I had a great game to watch because it came to my mind when I was watching.
Wait, Abdi. Hey, before you go, 10. It's time for the Big Fish game show. I'll play the intro. You got to do it for him though.
Big Fish game show. I got you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You know what time it is? It's the Big Fish game show with your host, Big Fish.
We love you. Sign my chest.
Big Fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Would You Rather Reggie Jackson edition. Where was this game coming from? Don't judge me. I'm a little bit of a loser. I watched back-to-back Denver games, full games, and what's the
Bandwagon.
Reggie Jackson is actually tough when you really like it. Actually so tough. Yo, he was killing these dudes, especially the Suns. He was shit. He had back-to-back 20-point games. Right? And this is their backup point guard that the Clippers let go of. Right? So, few names here, and I'm gonna go off of the the ESPN NBA point guard efficiency list, right?
Yeah.
Where he's number.
Spoiler. Let's go.
Okay. Would you rather Reggie Jackson or Russell Westbrook?
Oh,
This
Wait,
is gonna
are
be
we
a few
talking about?
names. This is
Are we
gonna
talking
be a
about
lot
right
of
now?
names. So let's
Right
go
now?
quick.
okay.
It's gonna
Right
be a
now,
lot of
you
names.
go first. You go first, Sadik.
No, don't let me. Don't let me. You
All right,
go
I'll go
first.
first. Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. But
Oh,
yeah.
I think
I'm
Russell Westbrook
sorry.
is a.
I'm going. I love Russ. I
Reggie
love
Jackson
Russ.
had a great streak so far, but I'm still thinking Russell Westbrook. Go ahead.
I love Russ. I'm going Reggie.
All right.
Reggie Jackson or Spencer Dinwiddie?
Ooh, I think I'm going Reggie.
Yeah, I'm going with Reggie.
I think I should go. I'm going Reggie.
I'm
going
going
Reggie.
Reggie right there.
Reggie or Chris Paul?
Reggie. Sadly,
Reggie. All right. 10.
Reggie.
Reggie or Colin Sexton?
Reggie. I'm not.
I'm going Reggie
I've
Shout out
never
Colin
been.
Sexton. Colin Sexton. He had a lot of hype coming into the league. I'm still taking Reggie though.
Yep.
I like what he did in Oklahoma.
Reggie Jackson or Dennis Schroeder? I'm taking.
I'm taking the FIBA
Dennis Schroeder.
the world MVP. That's what I'm taking.
I'm not saying it's close, but like if you go either way, I don't think you're too like you know.
I mean, it's two backup guards. Let's call
10. Who
it.
you taking? 10. Who you taking?
Dennis Schroeder.
Okay. Reggie Jackson, or I'm skipping a name because it's Jamal Murray. Obviously, he's not going to be.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet. I'm
Fred
taking
VanVleet.
Reggie.
I'm taking Fred. I'm taking Fred.
Wait, you're taking Reggie?
I'm taking in the position as a backup point guard.
I'm taking Fred. If Fred's a
I'm
backup,
still taking Fred.
Nah, I'm not taking Fred.
I think everything that Reggie could do, except maybe passing at times, but I'm taking Fred. I'm taking Fred.
You're telling me Fred can get to the paint like Reggie?
Yes.
Nah.
I feel like Fred VanVleet.
No. Reggie's definitely a better driver, but Fred can't shoot. But Reggie can shoot like Fred.
Yeah, he can shoot though. Reggie Jackson or Malcolm Brogdon? I'm
going Brogdon.
I look at Brogdon too.
I'm going Brogdon.
That
might be a little bit
controversial. I just said I'll take Fred VanVleet. I wouldn't take Fred. That's so
crazy.
controversial. Yo, I do not care though. Reggie Jackson or Tyler Hero? I'm taking Reggie Jackson. Tyler,
what? Okay,
thank you. Now we have a topic.
Let me tell you why though. Reggie Jackson, Tyler Hero's proved to me that he's good, but for some reason, the team can't win with him. Right? They do so much better with him off.
Have you considered maybe because Tyler Hero doesn't fit well in the Heat system, but he's still a great scorer though?
All they ask him to do is come off the screens and shoot, and he still can't win them games.
But the thing is, Tyler gets his numbers, but it doesn't help the team win. But what I think, if Tyler Hero was in another team other than the Heat, I feel like he could produce a lot more. I think it just doesn't help the Heat.
That ain't
win.
it.
You know what?
I think if Dame went to the Heat, if Dame went to the Heat, he'd be a lot of the things that we're talking about with Tyler Hero. We'd be talking about Dame. I said it.
I think that we're giving Reggie Jackson too much credit. I'll tell you why.
I know we are. This is why.
I'll tell you why. I said the same thing at Jamal Murray, who's very elite, by the way. But this is why I agree with us a few episodes ago that Halliburton is better. And ever since that little post,
I also have a hot take. So get the
okay. When you play with Jokic, you're gonna have great numbers. Like I don't know if you guys watched the seeded.
Absolutely. But
go ahead, ready?
It's a lot of Reggie Jackson cooking. So, all right, we'll do two more names and then we can move on.
Wait, the hot take. Yeah, the hot take you said.
Oh no, that has to be by itself.
Okay,
that has to be by itself.
Okay.
Right, this is a good one because I'm gonna go with the other guy. Hot spoiler: Reggie Jackson or Kobe White.
I haven't. Wait, is Kobe White still the Bulls?
Dropped the Milwaukee Bucks off by himself. Real shit.
Is Kobe still the Bulls? Am I tripping? Is Kobe still the Bulls?
He is, he had a little bit.
I've watched. Someone asked me how many Bull games I watched this year.
I mean, have you watched?
How many Bull games?
Not a goddamn one.
I wasn't watching it either, but when it gets like
they're a yard sale team,
some
bro.
close games,
bro. Listen. I mean, from my heart, but I don't think Bull fans are watching Bulls games.
They're a yard sale team. They literally have a lot of talent, but the team is gonna blow up.
And Reggie Jackson, and I'm never watching a Bulls game this year. I can tell you right now.
10, who are you taking?
I'm taking Reggie Jackson. Even though Kobe White had a great stretch the last couple weeks, I'm taking Reggie Jackson.
Come on, Tim, we get it. Tim, you watch basketball.
We don't watch the Bulls. I don't watch the Bulls, but Kobe White, you're on my fantasy team. I need to play, brother.
This is a little. This is a little Reggie Jackson or Kyle Lowry.
I'm going Kyle Lowry.
I'm never picking Kyle Lowry. Give me Reggie
The
Jackson.
legendary BBL.
What?
Ooh.
Hey, if the listeners don't know, Kyle Lowry,
We got him.
nickname is BBL.
We got him. Yo,
But-
this is our new favorite sound. I need a new sound this episode. This is our new favorite sound. We got him.
You'll never
We
catch
got
me
him.
picking BBL, so I'm pick Reggie Jackson.
You will never catch you picking up BBL.
Okay.
Yo, what you
BBL,
on right now?
that's his name,
Now-
man. What you mean?
Let me get to
Everyone wants
this
to know.
hot. Let me
Okay,
get
what's the hot take? What's the hot take?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
As
Get the
of
sound
right
ready.
now, what week are we in? We're in like week 6 of the NBA. Week 6 or 7.
It's not football. I don't do weeks.
Tyrese Halliburton is the second best point guard in the NBA after Luka. The second best, and I'm taking him over Shea. I'm taking him over Shea. Or Shy, whatever it is. I'm taking him
I
over.
don't hate that take. I don't hate that take. I
I'm
don't
taking,
hate it.
I'm taking. He's special. He's special. He's special. He's special. He's special. I'm sorry. I've watched him enough. He's a 30 and 10 guy every night. 30 and 10 every night. I'm sorry.
He is very special, and I've been just like you. I've been a big Tyrese Halliburton truther.
Yep.
I think he's top 5 in the MVP rankings.
Yep.
And I think
Yep.
he's well deserving of that.
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna go as far as you saying he's better than Shy.
I'm not saying he's better. I'm taking him over Shy though.
You're taking over Shy.
Yep.
But Tyrese Halliburton is a great player, and of course that trade worked out when he left the Kings. De'Aaron Fox is doing his thing, but I'm gonna be honest with you.
They lost that trade. They lost that trade.
If Tyrese Halliburton was on that team instead of De'Aaron Fox, the Kings would be doing much better.
No, 10. Stop. Instead of Sabonis, if they just kept the 2, they could have worked.
That's 2 point guards. I disagree.
They could have.
No,
oh my God, you're acting like they can't work, but they could work.
No, of course they could work, but in terms of both of them reaching their full potential, they can't play together.
Don't worry
So
about.
Sadik-
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
No, but I'm talking about.
Andy, wait. Name one team that
I'm not
had 2
talking to
point
you. You're a
guards.
Sabonis believer. You're a
No,
Sabonis.
Sabonis is Sabonis is an all-star, bro. He'll get you wins.
Abdi, I have a question. I have a quick question before we wrap up. If Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox were still on the Kings right now, do you think we'd be talking about Tyrese
They'll be a top
Halliburton?
3 seed right now. They'll be a top 2.
No.
What are they right now?
Kings. But would we be talking about Tyrese Halliburton in this light, like for example, a top 3 MVP?
Yes.
I don't think we'd be doing that with De'Aaron Fox and Salmon the ball.
You're telling me a team that
usage rate is a thing.
You're telling me
usage
a team
rate is a
that
thing.
up and down, does DHOs and plays fast pace. Is Tyrese is not going to cook on that team?
No, but do you know what makes Tyrese Halliburton so valuable and what makes him so good?
It's his offense.
He literally dominates the ball and he makes all this. So he's either scoring every time they have the ball, or he's dishing.
In the history
you guys are acting like Houston, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook were not the highest scoring duos together.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah, but you're talking about a minority though.
They would have been a juiced version of that would have cooked in the playoffs way better.
Both those players at that time, all right, were elite. Were like
both these players are elite.
They are. But I'm just saying what I'm saying. Like that's such a rare combination. Like you're talking about a minority. When majority time, 2 natural point guards playing at a start majority game together. In majority time, NBA has not worked out. 2 natural point.
Listen, you guys are just going around. These 2 would have cooked. The Kings lost this trade. No, because the Kings, when you really look at it, right? You look at the trade as an investment, right? Because they got Sabonis and they gave him a contract. That's an investment, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to value what they sent out and how it's doing, right?
Yeah.
Appreciating or depreciating, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they sent out a top 5 MVP level player.
They
got back a maybe top 20, 25 player.
Yeah. However,
that's a lose-lose.
Look at this.
I saw it at the time.
I don't know. I'm not talking about that time, all right? Because I agree with you. Halliburton always had potential, right?
You were talking about fit. You said the fit was the best thing.
Absolutely. Because look, you can't. Right?
Fit doesn't matter. Fit doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No,
What did you
because
drop
can't-
right there?
No.
That's my ring. My wedding finger.
Fit in this
That was
situation
crazy.
doesn't matter because
But it does, Andy, because
hold on, you have to prioritize talent because talent is what gets you through. All right. If you have to work your whole roster around these two, then you do that. You're
But
acting like we
we're
don't.
talking
You're acting
about
like we
two-
don't have two all-star wings. All
we
NBA
do,
wings.
but it's
They don't even
over-
play off of each other.
it's a very low success rate for two natural point guards to go lead a team together.
Doesn't matter. You can make it work, Sadik. You
But
can
there's
make
two
it
natural
work.
point guards. De'Aaron Fox is best with ball in his hands. Halbert
can
is the
make
best
it
with the
work.
ball in his hands.
Yeah.
You can make it work though. You're
But
acting like
I'm-
De'Aaron Fox. You're acting like De'Aaron
but-
Fox
wait.
doesn't stay on the wing sometimes when
No, but they're
on
best.
the right side.
Their teams, when you have Halliburton and when you have Fox, their teams are most successful when those players have the balls in their hands. That's
They played together before and they still have done well.
and when they played together, I know Halliburton was young, but they weren't even a playing team.
Bro, they still played well. And
They
you're
weren't even a
talking
playing team.
about
What's the
you're
bonus?
talking
What's the
about
bonus? They were top three.
in an inferior version.
But I'm saying the second they got the bonus, but they were a top 3 seed in the West,
Listen,
right?
but
What
look
were
what
they?
happened. Listen, you still didn't get over the fact that Halliburton now is at a level where that trade is probably the biggest robbery in history after the
No,
Luka.
it's not the biggest robbery.
After
Not
Luka.
even close.
No,
Not
so-
even
no, no.
close.
To the present day, it might be.
No,
They're
that's not even
they're
close.
two
It's
really
not even
good
close.
players, so you can't call you. I
Cause-
think you can only call it a robbery if one of the players was like a bad
if
player or
Sabonis
didn't
was-
turn out.
If the
No,
Kings
because you
never
can
made
look
it,
back and say, "Damn, that was low key a steal."
no, because here's the thing. I mean, you say that from this point of
Because
view.
you can
Other
go back.
point of
Remember
view-
how they said Luka
okay.
and Trey were the most even trade ever?
Yeah, it was, and
Now
know-
we look back and
Oh,
say, yeah, right.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no. Halliburton. Both can be true.
I don't
Halliburton.
even have to wait that long. I'm looking at it now.
Halliburton,
That's just a ball.
Halliburton is better than Sabonis. However, Sabonis fits better on the
Oh,
Kings
he
than
does.
Halliburton. And not to mention, the Kings went from a team that didn't make playoffs to a top 3 seed the same year they got him. It wasn't like they
Listen.
got Halliburton, they got Sabonis. They said top 3 seed in the West.
Okay,
That's not something you do by accident.
that's fair. That's a fair
The-
point. But how about this though, Solid? You're acting like the fit is the best, right?
Yeah.
It was Sabonis' fault they lost the playoffs.
No, I'm not going to tell. Listen, I will give you
Talking
that.
about fit. Ted, is that not
However,
crazy?
but-
Ted, is that
but-
not crazy? It was Sabonis' fault they lost the playoffs, and he's talking about fit to me.
However, wait. They lost the playoffs one
Because of
they were
Sabonis.
champs. No, but they're champs that year. First off, look at that. Let's get to it. They lost to the Warriors. All right, first
Warriors
off,
didn't win a chip that year.
huh?
They lost to the
Yeah,
Lakers
they did.
next, right?
No,
no.
they lost to the Lakers.
Who they lost
Or am I
to
bugging?
next last? No, they lost to the Warriors last season.
Last season.
Yeah.
Who won last season? Who won last season?
The Nuggets.
No, are Nuggets back? No, Nuggets. Oh wait, I'm
Nuggets
tripping.
are fine. What are you talking about?
It is bonus. Okay, I'm tripping. Sorry. You're right. And my
Yeah.
fault. All right.
Do
My
that
fault.
thing.
My fault. My fault. I'm mixing up here. No,
Okay,
no. Abdi,
come on.
but Abdi,
I shouldn't be yelling. Let's bring it back.
okay,
Let's bring it back.
Abdi, I agree with you. All right. However, all right, they got to the playoffs because they had to. But you can't argue. Sabonis was All-Star that year. They got to play because it's Sabonis and Fox. Sabonis is the Fox and Sabonis pick and roll. And I remember because I argued this with Guled, was a top 5 most efficient play in the NBA that year.
Absolutely.
It was top 5 because you ran a pick and roll because both
That was
of
the
them
first year they were together, right?
first year they were together. Okay.
How long have they been together for now? 3 or 2 seasons? I think it's
It's been
3.
It's been 2 full seasons. The year before that, it was halfway through the year.
Okay,
Yeah,
2.5.
halfway through the year. So 1.5.
Okay. I'm not disrespecting because I'm not trying to say this because I think Sabonis is, terrible. You're obviously decent, right? But you're looking at first of all, I think it's ludicrous that you're saying they can't work together or be good. I think that's ludicrous. That's insane to me, one, right? Because we've seen high usage players when it's not their best play well together. And 2, what I think is crazy is Sabonis systematically lost his team the playoffs because they were able to face guard everybody else and help off and not even guard Sabonis, not even guard him, and he lost.
Okay, now I have a question for you.
Now, if you look at those stuff and then you show me that the Kings jumped the gun and then traded Sabonis for Halliburton, I don't know. I just feel like it was the Kings jumping the gun and not looking at what they actually had and trying to develop it more.
And now my question for you is this: If
You don't get to
Sabonis
ask.
wasn't at center,
Move on.
if Sabonis wasn't at center, who else would be for the Kings? Because if you keep Halliburton, all right,
Burden proofs on me. The burden proofs on me.
no, that's why. Because you're talking about. I agree with you. Sabonis, they got even Sabonis. The Warriors plan to beat the Kings through him. Or we're gonna beat the Kings because Sabonis is not a good shooter. I agree with you. You're 100% right.
More than not just a good shooter.
Okay. However, again, you know what? You're right. Because the burden was on you to prove that the center they had, the other options for centers that year would play better than Sabonis and help them get to the playoffs. Because otherwise, I think the center was.
It was like Rich
Holmes.
Listen, that's
and we think Holmes gonna do
I don't
playmaking.
think it's necessary for me to argue because now you're trying to make me just get into the hypothetical. But you're making it. You're making it. They needed a center to do that.
Because your whole argument is hypothetical, though. Your argument that Halliburton and Fox right now.
No, because
play well together. Your whole argument is that you have no proof that
hypothetical. No, because your point is you think that it would be able to work if Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox were both the backcourt instead of Sabonis, because you're saying Sabonis was the reason they lost last year. So you think it could be done?
No. I'm saying that was a counter to what one of the things he said. I said Halliburton now makes it. He's so good that it makes it look like the Kings jumped the gun and did the wrong trade, and now they're losing their trade.
Oh, I agree. And
then Sadik was saying this and that, but he was talking about fit. When I said fit is overrated, he said fit is absolutely not overrated, and I said you're talking about fit when that fit lost you the playoffs.
But they went from a team that wasn't even competing for playoffs.
What I'm confused about when it comes to what Sadik just said is why is he singling out the center to be the most important role?
That's not the most important. However,
that's why I don't understand.
When you are the second
depend on that.
Because when you are the second best player on a team, all right, like Sabonis is, arguably in some games the first, all right. It's not just some center.
Never.
Okay, whatever. Second, whatever. I really don't care. But once you do that, it's no longer just some center. That is a core piece of that team. That is the team's the Kings' offense is a Sabonis. Everything goes off. By the way, the same Sabonis that was leading the Kings in assists the last 2 years, not Fox. So the offense goes through Sabonis. It doesn't matter, but it goes like my whole point is Sabonis. Like you're talking about like the Kings can look at you and be like, "What are you talking about? We didn't lose that trade. We made playoffs. We were a top 3 seed in the West. We don't. That's something you do, but like you know what I mean? Like if you go up to any Kings fan, any Kings owner, any Kings player, be like, "What are you talking about? Halliburton is great. He's amazing.
Absolutely.
All right." Halliburton hasn't played the playoffs yet, which is not bad. He played for the Pacers, but the Kings
will be soon. They will be soon.
And I'm with you guys, and we'll talk then. As of right now, though, all right, Halliburton's elite. But let me tell you what the facts are.
Oratory tone over this argument.
No, but let me tell you. No. I'm gonna end with this. But let me tell you. Let me tell you what the facts are. The facts are Sabonis is the top 5 center in the league. All right, top 5, top 6, whatever. He's up there. Okay.
Congrats. He's
the facts are. I'm not done. Wait, the facts are the Kings went from a team that for 20 years was not making playoffs to they traded Halliburton, who's a great player. Both can be true. A top 5 NBA candidate, great player. To now they're not only were they top 3 seed last year, I think we all had them in the playoffs and this year. That's 2 years in a row for them. And guess what? That's a win in their book. Now, is Sabonis going to win you a championship? Probably not.
We don't know. Yeah.
But Halliburton, is he winning a championship? We don't know.
I don't know about you guys.
Go ahead.
But I think this is a good question to go ahead and put in our social media feed. And I think
we're not because we are. No, this is my issue though. This is my issue, 10. What's your issue? He's using these things, right? He's saying these certain keywords that the fans and everyone's gonna agree with. No. I'm being dead serious right now. We're gonna make it a simple question. He's saying certain things that make it seem like this is the benchmark for the argument, and you have to like prove it, or the burden of proof's on you until further, right? So he's saying they made the playoffs and they 20 years, this and that, right?
Yeah,
that's listen. But all I said was when you're looking player for player, analyzing and talent between Tyrese Halliburton, because The Kings owned Tyrese Halliburton. Not it's no slave ship, but they had him, right? They had his contract, right?
Yeah.
And then they traded him for Sabonis, right?
Yeah.
The Kings were already doing good before trading him. That's why they wanted to trade and make a late push into it,
Yeah.
right? So all I'm saying is this: when you're looking at it as that, like you're looking at it as an accountant, damn, we traded this asset for this asset. Now this asset is blooming, and this asset we've gotten to a certain level. The Kings are capped, Sadik. The Kings
Yeah,
are
they're
capped.
capped. They're capped. I
They're
agree.
capped,
Yeah, I agree.
and we can agree on that.
The beam is lit,
Yeah.
and it's not going to get any higher than that. We think.
So my thing is this: Sadik's argument, usage rate, fit, playoffs, right? This and that. But my thing is this: you prioritize talent 10. You don't trade talent like that. He was a lottery pick, and now he's a player that is crazy, right?
Mhm.
Better than Sabonis. Sadik doesn't know for sure that two guards can't work. That's not true. That's not something that's a
I
fact.
said it was a very
That's
low
not a
percentage
fact,
of
right?
success rate.
So that's not
doing.
something that should be concrete in an
Yeah.
argument, right? And then he tried to make the benchmark, the playoffs. The playoffs, Sabonis lost the team badly. So all am I saying is this: the fans can say what they want. They probably say Sabonis, yeah, they can look at something.
Hey,
But this is my question to Kings fans: is that all you want? Is that all you want, to be a first round team, to be a maybe second round team, for it to be a De'Aaron Fox carry job, and then damn, Sabonis is still a good guy. We won the trade at the end, I guess. I'll end with this.
Good.
I'll end with this, man. History will be kind to Tyrese Halliburton. You're either on this side or move off. I don't even want to hear Salik's response. I'll leave right now if he
Salik's
responds.
not gonna rebuttal.
100%.
We have
10,
to
10.
wrap
I
it
will
there.
leave right now if Salik responds.
No,
Audio or nothing.
No. Salad's not going to respond. We have to wrap it there, but we
Yeah.
are going to leave it to the audience here. We want you to leave it in the comments. Did the Kings mess up by trading Tyrese Halliburton for Sabonis? Leave in the comments. We're also going to put it in the polls. None of y'all are going to respond. We're going to end it there. Thank you for listening to this week's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We have a great week of basketball. We have some great in-season tournament games. Next week, we'll have our star host Guled back. We're looking forward to that, and we are gonna go over the in-season tournament games. Again, I am your host 10. We have our guy Sadik, our guy Big Fish. Thank you for listening, and have a great week. We'll see you next week. Shout out Josh Giddey.